There's actually more that I usually want to say. Either I forget to say it or I don't have enough time to say it. But while we're waiting here, so what we're actually going to do, in case you didn't know, is that you can take people with you here, but then just, basically steal everything that they have. So we're going to take Yurei's water and her Peak Peak chocolate. And then we're going to talk to anyone, literally anyone. I might as well use all the advantages I can get. But basically, you just cancel out and you just steal from everyone that you need items from. So, Mamoru actually has something of importance, which is his notebook, which is supposed to be something only specific to him or her, depending on your gender. But for now, I'm just going to keep saying him because that's who he is right now. Unfortunately, you can't make them drop these things, but that would be too overpowered. So, but you literally, whoever you choose here is going to be with you until the end of that run. So that is why it doesn't really matter what we take from them because they wouldn't need anything. A smarter, or not smarter, I'm sorry, that makes AlchemyBlue look bad. But more accurate to say, something you could do if you're developing is that you can, actually have them not having these items affect you, but, again, the game's length being what it is, it makes sense to not do anything too sophisticated. So, from Daiki we can take his juice, we can take his knife, but we shouldn't really need it, but I'll just drop it just because we can. His fried chickies. And the sturdy wire we don't need to drop, but we might as well. No one I'm going to be taking with me has lockpicking, so it won't really matter. But I mean, again, you might as well, especially if you don't know who you're going to take with you. Then I mean, you might as well make everyone drop everything. But the two characters that you're going to take with you, you don't need to make them drop anything because they're gonna be with you. So. Another thing to take note of is, as I keep saying is that if you take Goto with you, you're going to be going to the Annex building. If you don't take Goto with you, whoever you take, no matter who you take, you're going to be exploring the North Manor along with another place. Same thing with the Annex building, but yes, you should have brought a bigger bag. But I kind of know what to do, or I know what to do, so to some extent. So we won't need to really be backtracking as much. So here's the game telling you that when you drop items, you can pretty much pick them up at any time. However, the oldest item after 100 items dropped, which usually shouldn't happen, but if you do that, the oldest item that's on the floor will disappear unless it's a key item. That said, let's read the monthly magazine Anubis September edition. There will be two things outlined in this issue for you. First is skills, and second are specters, or ghosts, which normal weapons are ineffective against. I said it in the first episode, but we have the explanation here. So skills, hobbies, special skills, or work-related things, those are all skills that the game takes into account. They're split into 3 groups for the sake of the game, or the player knowledge. So investigation-type skills, they can be useful when investigating or exploring locations such as search or lockpicking. Let me actually lower the volume on that really quickly. I also feel like it should be fine. If it's not fine, I'll just be sad and stay with it. But, oh, that's why. So let me do this instead. Sorry about the volume. Right, so the volume is fixed to some extent now. But yeah, you can immediately use the search skill by pressing the 4th or 5th button on the keyboard, as what I like to call it, instead of going to the skill menu and selecting it. Some skills do have drawbacks by using them, so don't abuse those skills, like search. If you select search, there's a chance you can run into battle, or it's treated as a movement option, is how I treat it more. And when you move in-game, obviously you can trigger a random combat. As for combat-type skills, they activate in battle. So many of them activate passively by certain enemy types, such as biology, which works on human type or animals, or occult, which works on those certain types of enemies we'll meet later on. And then third are the passive skills that automatically are taken into effect. They may be bonuses here and there, but they say they're limitations, but basically it's an up most of the time. So that's all about skills. As for ghost-type enemies, their normal enemies don't work on them. What does work are any weapons made with silver, or they might be called silver knife, S-dot knife, anything that has description that says that they're silver, they probably work against ghosts. If you have a silver weapon, probably shouldn't discard it. Hold on to at least one, otherwise, well, you can't defeat ghost enemies. Or it might even be a good idea that each member have one in their inventory, since you can switch weapons out and attack on the same turn that you pick them. Silver for Spectres, keep that in mind. Good luck. That said, we're going to be picking up a lot of things off the floor because we're going to be taking them with us. And since we're going to the... we are going to be going into the Annex building. If you're going into the Annex building, that's the only time you'll be needing a light source. Specifically, I'll just be taking... I'll be taking the lantern. If I can find it, so... Because that is the most... I don't remember every part. You can walk in the darkness, and you can walk... Again, I've mentioned it before, you don't even need the search skill, but it makes your life a lot easier, especially if it's your first time playing the game. So, we're going to be doing that. That also means I won't need the flashlight here. You only really need one light source once you have one. The others don't. You won't need to like light up a Molotov cocktail with a lighter or something to that effect. At the same time, Goto's handgun we're going to keep with us. It's going to be good until pretty much the late phases of the game when the damage will fall off. But he also has silver bullets, which helps us against ghosts. So we're going to be picking up as much of these as possible. We don't need that knife, because we'll be getting more than enough things to help us during our journey through the manor and into the Annex building. So we're going to trade this away. Sanity items are going to be mostly... what are my skills again? I completely forgot. Okay, so I don't have pharmaceutics, which I want to leave on... Basically, any healing items go on Sachi or Goto, but Sachi will be carrying first aid kits, so Goto will likely be our designated out-of-battle healer. But in battle, for sanity recovery, I will be using my main character because they are fast enough to pop the items. I'm sure that items do not activate immediately, which is why I have to do things like this. That said, I still need some space, otherwise I won't be able to pick up certain things, but that means we can pop these right away. I don't think I'll be coming inside the mansion, not really any reason to, so... Yeah, let me just make sure I have everything I need. So lantern, I could put that on someone else, but since I'm really only going to be doing it once or twice, I should be okay. And we'll top everyone off for... This is something I'll be doing over and over again, but... or I might say over and over again, but feel free to use the smaller items, smaller healing items for sanity or HP outside of combat, as long as you don't go over, which is what I just did. But I feel confident that I'm going to have enough. I feel confident that I will have enough healing items at the end to be okay. So, a general rule of thumb is you can spend a couple of healing items here and there, as long as they're not status removing things, kind of, but I'll get into that when I get there. So that said, we should have everything we need. I'm actually also going to change my party composition to Goto first, me second, and then Sachi third. Mainly because Sachi has the least amount of HP. She can tank more sanity, but yeah, it's not as good for most enemies will be dealing HP damage, so I'll be taking less damage or risking a character loss less so by using Sachi, by putting Sachi third, rather than thinking I'll be running into more ghost type enemies. That said, let's find out. So Goto will one-shot a lot of things with the handgun. Maybe the handgun might be giving him a speed bonus as well, which is why it's specific to him. And the firearm skill is not available, I don't think, to even the main character on character creation. So he's really the only one Goto is really the only one who can use it. There's another flashlight outside the Annex building, just in case you, for some reason, don't have one, but hey. And I'm pretty sure defend usually it might increase your evasion rate, but I'm sure it also helps mitigate damage if possible. It's possible to take 0 damage, but most of the time I'm going to be expecting to take 1 HP here and there. So there are green herbs here, but I won't take those out because I won't need them at the moment. That said, I feel comfortable enough to walk around for a while. I think I'm just gonna explore a little bit, but I don't think I'm really gonna find anything. Yeah, so There is a save point here, which I might as well use, but there's water there as well, but I shouldn't really need it. That said, I say as I just take sanity damage, so really, I am going to be taking that water. I'm going to resign my earlier statement. And we're going to give water to Godo, me, and then Sachi, and then pick up that other bottle of water. Because we'll likely be running into new enemies. When you run into new enemies in this game, you take a initial sanity loss once per new type of enemy. So you might as well pop water and stuff. I'll talk more about what's going on here and there later on, but for now, just know that as long as you're not topped off, feel free to spend low sanity healing items. By low sanity healing items, I mean I kind of forgot where to go, so I might flounder around for a bit. But anything that heals 2 to 3 sanity or HP is probably something you can freely spend it outside of combat. But if it heals 4 or more HP or sanity, save it for when you really need it, or save it for when you're in battle. On top of that, I'm going to be using healing items only on pharmaceutical characters because they get an extra 50% bonus. Sachi in particular with her first aid skills and the skill that helps first aid as well. So it's a double twofer. If I use a first aid kit as Sachi, I heal all HP. So I want to use that as much as possible. I want to use that with as low as HP as possible, but obviously since I don't have a heart, I don't have much room to gamble. That said, I still kind of have room to gamble because I need to concentrate on shielding. I have some room to gamble because I can still hit injury, but if a character dies, that's the end. Really? Maybe I really should have. Thankfully, I didn't take damage that turn, I think. So yeah. Oh, I must have missed because that did 24 damage. Which definitely defeats the soul orb. Soul orb only has like what, 10, 11, 12 HP. It's not a lot, that's for sure. So here we need the rope, which means we need to make sure we have some room somewhere. So I'm going to burn another bottle of water. You really don't need that much sanity, but you will, over the course of the game, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that, whoops! Over the course of the game, you'll likely be taking enough for it to matter. That's why you might as well spend it here and there, so... Death is near, I shall leave my mark here. My name is Akira Mori. I run a small private eye business as I read this. Some decades back, there was an incident where about 10 women were massacred in the manor. The culprit, who was the manor head, was arrested, but it was announced to the public as indiscriminate killing by a foreign man who targeted women. The family of the deceased, unsatisfied with the answers they got, asked me, please find the real answer for why our daughter was killed, and so I took on the request which led me here. But coming here was a mistake. The mansion, being abandoned, was easy to sneak into, but the devil's lair that lay inside was far beyond the human comprehension. I cannot be saved, but I hope from the bottom of my heart that the truth is revealed. So a bit of a grammar thing, you can't see me, but beyond the human comprehension, you could feel free to cut away the but you can leave it there. I'm not too much of a grammar stickler. If the point gets across, I'm more than happy to stick with it, but I feel most people won't be too miffed about it, and we're happy to get a translation at all, but just if we were to criticize something, again, I'll talk more about that. And also I'll talk about something here as well as we get to the end of this battle. And also take damage. Did I bring any healing items with me? Ooh. I know I have adhesive plasters, so I should be fine. Ooh, I accidentally set myself to pistol whip too, but should be fine? Well, never mind unless I miss. I might be taking unnecessary damage here. Okay, we did. It's just that Godo and Sachi are relatively slow, unless Godo fires the handgun, obviously, but doesn't guarantee he'll hit, does it? But now that I could have been picking up... One thing I kind of lament as I'm kind of speeding through is that I don't remember where all of the files or documents are to help with the lore, so... But I do recommend you get this game yourself. It's available on English platforms as well as the original place that's in English as well. So, let's shoot this dog, and let's martial art this poltergeist. Oh, and I need to remember to heal HP on Nina. So... Yeah, Poltergeist doesn't even have 12 HP. Kind of just use logic to gauge whether or not how much HP things have. That said, So I think Godo has... Oh, he has the adhesive plasters, which I'm going to plaster one on Nina. And I'm going to hold off on the second one because I don't want to... I think it's this way, right? Nope. Also, I have jump and stuff, so I could be jumping or climbing over pits, but I chose not to. But yeah, I don't want to spend too... I don't want to spend too much... I don't want to overheal, basically, because since we have... the values in this game are low, which means I will be... which means every point does make a difference. Because technically you're healing 50% more with healing items, which percent-wise is a lot. And again, since our values are relatively low, 10 HP, 11 HP, 8 HP, 9 HP, or maximum HP is usually low, then it does me well to kind of try to pop healing items efficiently. Let me see here. Can I jump over? I thought, yeah, because you'd have to talk certain place. Never mind, I went the wrong way. I needed to go the other way around. Or other way around? I feel like I'm going... No, I should be... I need to be on the second floor, right? Because I go through here and through the kitchen. Nope, wrong way. Ah, come on. I really don't want to keep missing, although at the same time, yeah, pretty much, if I were to give anyone advice on playing with Godo, it's just spend all the bullets you have, because you will be picking up items. However, if you want to try to pace yourself, I recommend you make sure you run out of ammo after the Annex building, but before the final area of the game. So here we use the rope to climb down. We could take the rope back back with us. I don't think we'll need to. I will, I guess, go around to reach that book over there, but we will first get to these keys over here. So I didn't really take more damage than I took less damage than I thought, but I'm pretty sure I can drink a juice here and there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, what I was supposed to do was leave, or at least not the bandage, maybe, but definitely the pain away patch. So I might be doing some backtracking. Yeah. Yeah, I might be doing some backtracking. Let's at least pick up these keys first. I'm pretty sure I don't need the rope. The only other place is in the mansion, I think. If there's one in the final area, then so be it. But I probably won't be exploring any such area, is what I'm trying to say. So, onwards we go. Actually, no, we will. I might as well, yeah, I'm gonna do some backtracking. So, if nothing else, I can grind levels while I'm in the Annex building. It'll do me some good. But I am gonna pop back outside for a moment to drop items. Yeah. So that I can... Oh, yeah. No, this is correct. Yeah, so I can carry more things with me. So, let's... And realistically, I shouldn't be needing more than 2 pain away patches. If even just 1 if you're really being efficient or running from certain encounters, but... that said, yeah, I can drop a whole bunch of things. Bandages, I will need. I think the dogs can inflict bleeding, which means I will need that. I can drop these as well, in case I don't need them. I mean, I definitely know I won't need them. So... And then we'll keep going inside. I could grab one of those green herbs, but I'm not going to. And then we'll pop this lantern back on and get some lore, get items, do what we need to do in this area, and then leave. So that said, the longer I'm in here, the quicker I'm going to be running out of bullets. But again, I should be fine to do so. I think I have to walk all the way around. Well, let's find out. So here a flashlight would have been nice, but I mean, running into things probably doesn't really give me a chance to trigger a combat, so I don't really mind. I would rather see where doors are because I don't remember where all the doors are. So moving on, as we level up to 5, grab a heart, and get an achievement for our trouble. Because those achievements will help me... Yeah, those achievements will help me, basically. But they mostly give you more points to use for... let me see here. Let me focus for a moment. Points for New Game Pluses. or your next playthroughs, basically, which I will be doing at least 2, because one's going to be on normal and the other's going to be on hard. But if nothing else, might be doing 3 just to take care of one last thing in this game. I'm actually going to have him defend. I'll try to be somewhat efficient, unless I miss here. But this should defeat the voodoo doll, so I can save bullets. Again, some planning is needed, otherwise you're going to be floundering around. I think I said it could take people a max of 6 to 8 hours, but I think I would like to take back that statement and say that it would probably take you... Why am I not knowing where to go? It'd probably take you 4 to 6 hours. Of course, if you start over, it'll take a little longer, but once you start over once, I think you get the ability to skip messages, or once you reach an ending for sure, you can skip messages, so... Let me see if I'm going in the right direction. No, not really. I just want to get that piece of lore. I think I have to go upstairs, though. No, I shouldn't need to, right? Maybe? I feel like I missed out on something. I think I need a plank to, Alright, just missed another bullet. Nice RNG there. Yeah, I think well, I've already hit, so I might as well save the bullet. That'll be pistol whipping from now on, but... Yeah, because it's right over here, right? Yeah, it's right over here. So we'll pick this up, the journal on the desk. This is the Servant's Journal, July 4th, 1972. It's been a week since I've come here. I've decided to keep a diary from today to remember how I'm indebted to Master. I'll never forget how he picked me up, lost and wandering on the side of the road, missing an on there, even if it was with carnal intentions. Besides, because of Master, I have learned the joys of those carnal intentions. July 13th, 1972. I've started to get used to this life. I've started to understand what Master's preferences are. Now I can't wait to be of service. Thoughts have started blossoming for me. Thoughts like, I don't want to lose to other women when it comes to servicing, and being jealous. July 18th, 1972. After being service, Master seems to hole up in his room every night to research something. There are times he will not exit his rooms for days. His room, or rooms, that's correct too, I guess, for days, and I worry about his health. July 30th, 1972. Recently, the Master has a dark cloud over his head. I can't help but worry, since he doesn't even request servicing and spends all his time downstairs in the manor basement. I worry for him. I wish there was something I could do for him. August 6, 1972. I feel like the Master has changed. He has a feral look, and his eyes have a touch of madness to them. I do not know if it's related, but a couple days back, 2 of the helpers have quit. Question mark? August 10th, 1972. The other day, 2 more helpers seem to have quit. Only I and 1 more remain. I will stay by my Master's side no matter what. August 15, 1972. I have been requested to go to Master's room at night. When I think of how I can be of service to him once again, I am very happy and filled with determination. I can't wait for night time. The diary ominously ends there. And based on the other file we picked up, yeah, it didn't go so well. I believe there are things in here. If not, I'm wrong. Actually, I don't really need to pick up these things, but I didn't find anything, so it doesn't matter. So now that we have the Annex keys, I think I could also go back and get the rope. I don't even know if I'll be needing it, but just in case I decide to use it, let me go get it. So let's silver ammo this, but we'll also... Oh, no, I'm using the... Yeah, it's fine. And then do this. Hopefully this hits. Thank you. And I get my minuscule experience, but hey, I think... How far are we? Level 5-ish, and we need about 20-ish to level up. Experience is what I'm trying to say. Let's re-equip. Oh no, I didn't even get to use. That's right, because I one-shot it. I would have. I absolutely would have forgotten about that because I know I didn't switch back to the brass knuckles if I had switched to the silver knife. So we're gonna spend our last bullet here. That way we at least have more room, but theoretically I don't need to have a weapon on Sachi as well, but just in case RNG, the main reason I'm keeping the weapon on Sachi and attacking with her is because if Nina happens not to be missing like 1 or 2 HP of damage to defeat a monster, defeat an enemy, then Sachi can at least fill in that role to defeat the enemy, so I can one-turn things. Because it's possible it's possible to do 0 damage with no weapon equipped, so that's my reasoning behind that. Nonetheless, I'm still going to be doing silver knife, and then of course Sachi doesn't have a silver weapon on her, so I will just defend. And I feel like that helps you evade against sanity attacks, if nothing else. But there's more things to explore, but really, once you have the Annex keys, I think I have the Annex keys. Yeah, once you have the Annex keys, you can do that. Also, if you remove these are silver, or I think one is just a weapon, or a stronger weapon, and the other is a silver rapier. But if you do that, you take damage, and I don't really need them. So, well, I say I don't need them, but I'm choosing not to grab them. Theoretically, they are optimization-wise, they are still an increase in damage, especially for ghost enemies. So I would have more characters. Sorry about the static pop. More characters that can attack ghost enemies. I had to look at something really quickly. But as we get hearts and whatnot, I'm just gonna save on the healing because this team in particular is a lot weaker against ghosts, I would say. Sachi and Godo indeed have a lot of sanity, but we have no way to recover sanity normally aside from items. So while this team's ability to heal HP, because Sachi and Godo both have pharmaceutical, and Sachi has first aid, a full buffed first aid, then HP-wise I will be perfectly fine, but sanity-wise I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. So while I travel through the rest of this hallway and then proceeding rooms, yeah, so about that, about sanity loss. In battle, if your sanity gets low enough, it gets bad, but if you take enough sanity damage in one encounter, it also gets bad, as represented by the bar that you see between sanity and the sanity value. If that reaches maximum, then you start going insane, and there's no way to heal it except for using one item. So when you get to a high sanity level in battle, then you want to be popping sanity healing items, which is why I recommend you save large sanity healing items for 4 sanity or higher for when you're in battle. So we might as well read through these. A lot of these are lore, but some of them they're also hints to items in game. The Outer Gods are beings that flew from space that lies even beyond our space. Many of them are old sovereigns, but lost to the old god orbiting in space. Of the Outer Gods, the most well-known is the Beyond One that has been recorded in the Necronomicon and Book of Abon. If I flounder these Cthulhu names, please excuse me. His existence is one of one in all and all in one, and thus encompasses infinite possibilities. As they have infinite knowledge, in every age there is someone who attempts to make contact with the hopes that the Beyond One will bestow upon them knowledge and power. However, the knowledge that it encompassed was beyond the scope and reasoning of mankind. Whether it be magic, gods, or devils, if it is something excessive to man, it should not be meddled with. Solomon. And acquired the file. This next one should be one as well. The Great Old Ones. The Great Old Ones are those who used to rule over this earth. As such, they are also known as the Old Sovereigns. Each of the Great Old Ones belonged to one of the 4 elements, or on, I guess, and it is said they even fought among each other. Their power was so great they could have easily wiped out humanity. If that's the case, how was humanity able to thrive and grow? That's because in a land before time, the Great Old Ones battled with the Old God, the Lost, and dinosaurs, and had their powers stripped from them. The dinosaurs are part I added. The Old God is compartmentalized with the ancient gods, but even within those gods they are known to be a righteous god. They aim to repel the former sovereigns as they were malevolent gods. However, there are followers and believers of the old sovereigns who wish to restore the power to the Great Old Ones. We must never let the old sovereigns be restored to their former glory. Solomon. And I think this is the last one. I'll check the other 2 just in case, but magic tomes. Hey! Things we can use. I have shed blood, sweat, and tears, and borrowed the knowledge from the gods and demons, all to record this spellbook. The magic cast by the gods and demons are all categorized within the 4 elements. My magic is also no exception. The gods of old, ruler of earth, Tsatagua. His power representing earth, granting resilience and blessing. The god of old, ruler of water, Cthulhu. His power representing water, granting cure and vitality. The gods of old, ruler of fire, Cthugha. His power representing fire, granting hellfires of crimson and purgatory. The gods of old, ruler of wind, Hastur. His power representing wind, granting slicing, gale, and wind of protection. So, gives you a hint as to the spells that you will get by getting each book. I have laid the foundation, made the next generation of sorcerers attain new heights of magic. Jorg Faust. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, those are your hints as to the existence of items that help you cast spells. I think I'll be getting a few, but we'll see. And into the next room. So here, I think immediately, Godo will keep the handgun on him. No, we can drop the ace. Well, we'll get more ammo, but I think, yeah, no, you know what? With this, that means I'm going to be, yeah, I'm going to drop everything. His handgun, and I'm going to be getting the silver rapier, which I believe is the south statue, but that's what I'm trying to do. So, I wonder if this is a magic circle. That's a pentagram in the middle. Godo has nothing to say. We didn't find the criminal. What should we do? Let's return to the North Manor. Agreed, we shouldn't expose you to more danger than needed. Yes, let's go home with everyone. Let's go back to the North Manor then. They must have found the keys by now. And nothing really more here, for now, anyway. Or not in this playthrough, I guess, is if I were to kind of give you a teaser as to what I plan to do in later runs. That said, it's unfortunate I ran into Ghost, but I can choose to run, so we'll do that and hopefully not run into another ghost. Please give me Poltergeist instead, or just one ghost encounter, or one ghost in an encounter, which would be nice. And then with well, that works out. So I think I have the axe. Yeah, I have the axe equipped, which means I will be free to silver knife this angry soul, which probably might take 2 hits, maybe even 3. I can't remember. So try to hit my sanity. Also try to hit my sanity. And we will shield Nina here, because the main character is the one who doesn't have as much sanity to spare. So yeah, about like 16, 17 HP. So we're going to go here. I'm going to actually switch to the main character to grab this, because I think they're the one who takes damage. And you must talk to it from in front of this statue. So yeah, whoever's in front gets hit. But thankfully, I have healing items to use. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that to Godo. Well, that was well, no, that was still efficient because I at least didn't waste any of it. That said, let's give these adhesive plasters to Godo so that he can use them on Nina or me. I think I can use one more. This will be 11, right? Nope, never mind. I wasted one use. Gosh dang it. Again, you don't really need to be too efficient, but let's be sure here. So 1 or 4. And I think this is also just overall more powerful, but if I reach a higher level, the brass knuckles should do more damage, but since I'm not at that level yet, then yeah, that's not the case. We'll give this to Godo so he can help fight ghosts. I think? No, I want to give it to Sachi. Even though she's probably slower than most ghosts, but at least she has another weapon. And then Godo is free to carry healing items, I guess, is what I'm thinking of. And we'll keep moving on. So that's it for the annex. We've done all we need to do now that we have the keys. Now we just need to continue, yeah, we just need to continue. You know what? I think I'll drop, the brass knuckles have served me well. I don't think I need them anymore. So we will go and check out the North Manor is where we're told to go, but after I drop a bunch of stuff. I have the ability to save anywhere, so actually, you know what? That'll be the end of this video. I'm going to save this, and I'll see you next time.